Imagine a civilization so powerful that it ruled lands from the deserts of Africa to the fog of Britain, a superpower whose roads, laws, language, and military shaped the modern world. And yet, this empire, the greatest of the ancient world, collapsed, not in a single night, but slowly, painfully, like a giant gasping for air. Today, we travel through 1,000 years of history to understand how Rome rose and why it fell. The birth of a giant Rome did not begin as an empire. It began as a tiny village on 7 hills, surrounded by enemies, swamps, and constant danger. Around 753 BC, legend says Rome was founded by Romulus and Remus, 2 brothers raised by a she-wolf. Whether legend or truth, one fact is clear. Rome was born in violence and shaped by survival. Small tribes grew into a republican system where citizens elected leaders. Unlike other ancient powers, Rome learned to adapt and absorb ideas from Greeks, Etruscans, and every culture it conquered. This ability to learn is what prepared Rome for greatness. The rise. What made Rome unstoppable? 1. Military like a machine. The Roman legions were not ordinary soldiers. They were disciplined, trained, and loyal. Each soldier carried almost 40 kilograms of equipment and could march 20 miles a day. Their strategy, not just strength organization, their formations, engineering skills, and discipline turned battles into mathematics. Rome didn't have the biggest army, it had the best organized army in the world. 1. Roads, cities, and engineering. Rome built more than 250,000 miles of roads, a network so advanced that parts of it still exist in Europe today. They built aqueducts, concrete buildings, heated bathhouses, stadiums, and bridges that seemed impossible at the time. Where Rome went, civilization followed. 1. An empire that absorbed the world. Rome didn't destroy cultures, it adopted them. Greek gods became Roman gods. Egyptian art influenced Roman fashion. Foreign soldiers joined Roman legions. Rome wasn't just a country, it became a melting pot of the ancient world. This combination of military talent, engineering genius, and cultural flexibility launched Rome into its golden age. Peak of power. Pax Romana from 27 BC to 180 AD, Rome entered its greatest age. Pax Romana, the Roman peace. For nearly 200 years, there was stability, prosperity, and safety. Trade flourished. Millions of people lived under Roman protection. Architects built wonders. Philosophers wrote books. And emperors ruled vast lands. Rome seemed invincible. But beneath this golden surface, cracks were forming. The slow fall begins. Rome didn't fall suddenly. Its collapse was the result of multiple, interconnected failures. Let's break down the major ones. 1. Corruption and weak leadership. After great rulers like Augustus and Marcus Aurelius, Rome faced emperors who were selfish, incompetent, violent, and often placed in power by bribery. Some ruled only months before being assassinated. Rome wasn't a stable empire anymore. It became a Game of Thrones, and every throne change weakened the system. Economic collapse, taxes increased, trade slowed, the empire spent more money than it earned. Inflation went wild. Money became worthless. Rome was drowning in its own weight. Too big to manage, too expensive to run. Too much expansion. Rome grew so large that communication, military logistics, and administration became impossible. Imagine controlling North Africa, Middle East, Europe up to Britain, and hundreds of tribes and cultures with no internet, no phones, no fast transport. It wasn't an empire. It was a monster, too large to feed. Invasions, visuals, Goths, Vandals, Huns approaching Rome's borders. New enemies arrived strong, organized tribes fleeing from the deadly forces of the Huns. These tribes, Visigoths, Vandals, Ostrogoths, started attacking Roman borders. Rome tried to buy peace by paying them gold, but this only made Rome look weak. Division of the empire into 85 AD. The empire split into Western Roman Empire, Eastern Roman Empire, Byzantium. Instead of solving problems, the division created struggling halves. The East survived longer. The West was collapsing fast. The final blow in for 10 AD. Something unimaginable happened. Rome was sacked. The city that had ruled the world for 800 years was invaded by the Visigoths. It was a shock to the ancient world. If Rome could fall, anything could. 30 years later, in 476 AD, the last Roman emperor was removed. And just like that, the Western Roman Empire died. But its ideas lived on in language, law, architecture, religion, and culture. Rome ended physically, but mentally, it became the foundation of the Western world. Ending empires rise because humans dream. Empires fall because humans forget. Rome's story is not just ancient history. It's a warning that no matter how powerful a civilization becomes, it can crumble from within. But it's also a reminder that greatness leaves a legacy, and Rome's legacy still walks among us today.